Hello YouTube, and it's your average vapor here. Today we're going to be talking about the IPV5. It is the newest box mod from Pioneer for You. It is a 200 watt device. Supposedly 200 watts. Anyways, and it does dual 18650s. It is a nice mod. It's a heavy mod, and we'll talk a bit more about that in the close-ups. It does temperature control for nickel, stainless steel, and titanium, as well as regular power mode. In power mode, it is stable down to about 0.15, and in temperature control, it is stable down to 0.05, which is really nice. Without further ado, I say let's go down to the close-ups and look at this bad boy. Alright guys, so here's the box that the IPV5 comes in. It says Yeehee SX Pure Technology up top, and then IPV5 on the bottom. Sorry. Size is IPV5, as well as it says the chipset that it has. So it has the Yeehee SX330 TAC 200 chip. 200 means it does 200 watts, supposedly. Bottom, it shows which one you have. So I have the silver version, and this is just kind of a profile of the mod. Alright, the box just slides open like normal boxes do, I guess. Yep. And then you're greeted with the normal user manual card here, warranty card, and then your beautiful IPV. We're going to take this out and set this aside for a second. As well, on the inside here, it has a certificate of authenticity as well as your quality check. Finally, the last thing you see in the box is an included USB cable. I'm going to talk about what that is used for in just a second. Alright, here is the IPV5 in all of its glory. Up top here, you see the Pioneer for You symbol. On the side, you have IPV5. On this side here, this is your battery cover. And in the front here, obviously you have your screen, a micro USB port, as well as your buttons. So here's your fire button, nice and clicky. And here's your up and down buttons. Not marked, but the top one is up, the bottom one is down. Fancy that. On the bottom, we got some vents here for battery venting. And up top, we have our 510 connection. It is a gold-plated, spring-loaded 510. All of my devices that I've screwed on here sit nice and flush. There is a flathead there where you can unscrew just a little bit, but I wouldn't do it too much just in case that thing falls out, and I'm pretty sure it's a pain in the butt to put it back in. Alright guys, so here's how you take the battery cover off. What you want to do is kind of push it down, and then I use my fingernail to kind of push it down even further, and then boom, you can take the battery cover off. Alright, so here's your battery cover. There's 3 magnets here, 1, 2, 3. And what they've included is a plastic protective sheet on the battery cover. And that's so in case your battery touches this part of the cover, there is no shorting from the battery, which is very nice. Alright, so here's what your mod looks like with the battery cover off. You have the little battery ribbon here, so you set your batteries there. And there's the magnets up here, here and here, that hold your battery cover on. And you can kind of see it in there that they're clearly marked positive and negative. So this side positive, this side negative up top. Alright, so how you install batteries in here? Positive side goes here, negative goes here. So I'm going to take the positive end of my battery, make sure it goes up top. You install it, make sure this thing goes behind the lip first. Press down and go in. And do the same thing on the other side. It says positive here. Put the positive down and push in. Fantastic. Okay, put the battery cover on and we're good. Alright guys, so this IPV5 comes with the newest chipset from Yeehee. It is the SX330 200 chip. So when you first turn this on, you put your batteries in. You're greeted with this display. You see your watts, volts, ohms, and battery. And on this little block here that is probably blacked out for y'all, but this says M1. What this chipset has is 5 separate modes, I guess you can say, that you can choose from. So what the modes are kind of used for is if you have multiple different atomizers. You can set up to 5 different modes. And so let's say if you have 5 different atomizers, instead of adjusting your wattage every single time, you can just switch it to the mode. That's kind of interesting. So you see here, you probably can't see, but this is M1, this is M2, 3, 4, and 5. Now how to actually adjust the wattage is once you're in the mode, you push it down, this changes to adjust, and then you can just go up or down as needed. So like I said, this goes up to 200 watts. Boom. It does not round robin, but you can scroll down. It scrolls down pretty quick. The thing to note is once you pass 100 watts, it starts going down in 0.1 increments. So then once you get it to where you want it, sure, why not? I'm just going to set this to, boom, right there. Let's say if you want it at 78.8, push the fire button, and then that will say, obviously, check atomizer. But now, instead of saying adjust, it's going to say M5. So watch this. So it's mode 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. All right, so how to get this into the menu system. You click the fire button 5 times. Boom. And there you go, in the menu system. So as you can see, this one says system on. You scroll in the menu with the fire button. I got power mode. Exit, so this helps you exit the menu. And then system, turn the whole mod on or off. When you put it to joule mode for temp control, you can see you can change the units from Fahrenheit to Celsius. The temperature to whatever you like here. This is where we set it. And then the different coils. So there's your stainless steel coil. This SX Pure, I believe this is for the SX Pure tank. Manual TCRs. I'm not too familiar with all that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to get into that. If you are, this does have manual TCR settings. Here's your nickel and titanium. And then round robins back to stainless steel. And yes, you can go scroll this way and this way. And finally, you can go exit. When you exit, whatever you want to select, either the up or down, doesn't matter. And there we go. Now we're in this. And there's your joules. On the bottom here, it shows your degrees, whatever you set it to. Battery, voltage, and ohms. All right, so this thing has also 5 modes for temp control. So let's see here. This is mode 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And to adjust it is the same way. You push down, changes to adjust here, and then you could adjust your joules. All right, so that about wraps it up for the close-ups. Let's put an atomizer on this and take it up to face view and vape on it. All right, so something that I probably didn't mention in the up close is the micro USB right there. The micro USB is not used for battery charging. It is just used for firmware upgrade. Now on the Pioneer for You website, and almost everywhere else I see online, it says that the IPV5 is firmware upgradable, which it kind of is. I tried upgrading my firmware today, and it says mine is not compatible. There's only one download link for the IPV5 on the Pioneer for You website, and I tried it, didn't work. Another little thing with this mod that I have heard about and I've read online is that some people who have got this mod says that their mod cannot go above 75 watts. Just won't do it. I believe the upgrade is for that. I'm not too positive, but I'm sure if you are having this issue, there are plenty of videos on YouTube, as well as just going online, going on Reddit, and you should be able to solve your problem. If not, please leave a comment below and just let me know, and I should be able to give you an answer. But my mod right now, I'm vaping this at 80 watts, no problem whatsoever. Yep, vapes just fine. So for another thing with this mod, how it goes, it says it goes up to 200 watts. That's kind of misleading. Unlike the RX200 and some of the other DNA200 mods, where it holds 3 batteries, the RX200 uses 3 18650s, and most of the DNA200s uses a LiPo battery pack with 3 battery cells, so kind of 3 batteries. That you can get a pure full 200 watts. It's a flat DC signal going straight to your atomizer, which is really nice. What this uses is what's known as pulse width modulation, and without getting too nerdy about it, what it does is, so instead of your DC going straight, what it does is it kind of converts the DC level to an AC level. So an AC means alternating current. All right, so when you set it to that 200 watts for the dual 18650, what it would do is, like I said, go up and down a lot really fast, and you can kind of feel it when you are vaping. You'll feel it kind of pulsate a lot, as well as you'll hear a weird humming from the device. It's not very loud at all, but you'll still notice it. And what the humming is the chip converting the DC level to an AC level, doing this up and down motion with the power. It's a really dumbed down version. If you want to look up more about it, I can leave a couple links in the description to some videos that I've seen that actually explain a lot better than me. All right, so let's get into some pros and cons about this mod. One pro that I kind of like is the 5 different modes you can get that you can set your wattage to. I like it because I do own quite a bit of atomizers, and it's kind of a pain switching your wattage in between. I'm very lazy, so if I can just do it with a push of a button and not have to wait and scroll through all the wattage, I'm going to do it because I'm lazy. Another pro that I have is this thing is built very well. Like I said, this is made out of a zinc alloy. It is very sturdy. You can't really press on this thing too much. You can't really feel any flex. It feels nice in the hand as well. It's very ergonomic, I guess. The buttons are very clicky. I do like that a lot. A subjective con for this mod is the weight. Like I said, this thing is very well built. It is also very heavy, considering how it is a dual 18650 mod. Even the battery cover itself, it's very heavy. Like, that's not a normal clink you should hear from a battery cover. It sounds like I'm throwing frying pans. But again, it's just a very heavy mod. It is also kind of slippery, so just be mindful if you're walking in the street or something, you have this in your hand. When you're swinging your arm, this thing does have some weight to it. It can slip out of your hands because of how slippery it is, and it will hit the ground. I have dropped this a couple times, and you can't really tell because this thing is built very well. Another con that I have is that I can't upgrade the firmware. There is a update out for it on the website. I tried upgrading and it says the file is not compatible with my IPV5. No idea why. Looked online, can't figure it out. Another subjective con will be the menu system, as well as how it's laid out, how you can't adjust your watts just by pushing the up and down. You have to go into this adjust mode and then adjust it that way. Some people may not like it. I kind of do, just because, like I said, once I set this thing up with all 5 different modes for the different atomizers that I do use, I never have to worry about it. All right, so one thing I didn't mention is the price. I am on 11vape.com right now, and they have this mod for $50, $49.95, which is a very nice price. It also comes in different colors. So let's see, it says black, blue, red, silver, and white. I have the silver version. On Element Vape, that says the blue is out of stock, but there's still the black, red, silver, and white. So I like that. There's a bunch of different color options. And for $50, it's okay. You know, $50, sometimes it might be out of some people's range, but for a 200 watt box mod, it's not that bad. But also keep in mind that this, for $50, you also might be getting a mod that won't go above 75 watts, and you have to go jump through a whole bunch of hoops to get it to vape at above 75 watts. Keep that in mind. As well as, again, this whole modes and how you adjust your wattage, be mindful for that. I believe for your average vapor, they want something very simple, something you don't have to really worry about, no jumping through hoops. So this might not be the mod for you. Like I said, it's kind of pure luck that I bought this mod. I personally, knowing that all of this stuff, I probably wouldn't buy it because I'm a very simple guy. And there's actually cheaper mods out there that you can get that do 200 watts. I believe the RX200, the Relo RX200 is around $30, $40 if you find it in the right place. That's my thing with it. For $50, for this mod that has its kind of glitches and it's kind of jumping through hoops to upgrade it, it's honestly not too worth it for me. Again, I probably would not have bought this mod by myself. I would have bought something else. But yeah, so what can you do? Alright guys, so that's gonna wrap up this video on the IPV5. Hope you found it informing. Like I said, I probably wouldn't buy this myself, but some people might like this mod. If you like the other IPVs, you might like this mod. I just think that there are better options for cheaper, and also it's a whole bunch of options that you don't have to jump through hoops with. Right, so if you like this video, you want to see more reviews by me, please like and comment. Again, comment, please tell me what I can do to make these videos better, shorter, or whatever. And without further ado, you stay classy, YouTube.